morning, everyone. I hope traders and investors alike were green yesterday. We do have the CPI at 8:30. Delta Airlines just come in with a good earnings, a lot better than what I personally expected. So let's get to the charts. AMC moving up after breaking out of this wedge this week. Another nice move this week or yesterday for AMC. Crude, big down candle yesterday. This would be a rising 3 if it wasn't for this resistance level previous support level turns resistance, pushed into it, and we flattened out right there. This candle did take out the previous candle bodies. I would watch crude for a move lower. Put the call ratio, we are right on the edge of neutral. That's just right on the edge of neutral to oversold. The NASDAQ 39 neutral, plenty of room to move in either direction. New York Stock Exchange 456, plenty of room to move in either direction. US dollar pushed again yesterday, ended up pulling back a little bit. Still extended. The VIX, we were watching the VIX pull back. Now we're watching the VIX push back up. We took this resistance level out, which is now support, and we are above the 9. This downtrend here, we crashed right into it yesterday, so we need to take this downtrend out for the VIX to push up. Hopefully we won't have to worry about the VIX pushing up, and we'll get good numbers today and get a good push. This is the VIX 15-minute chart. You can see the push here at the end of the day and pulled back just a little bit, holding that 200. Remember, this chart only tracks during market hours. Apple still holding this 200. Very nice day yesterday at open. Did end up pulling back. Still performed, even at the end of the day, still performed better than a lot of other stocks. The 9 is coming up to push price action up. AMD, we have still been, downtrending, but we've been holding the 9. It has not lost the 9. If this loses the 9 to the downside, we could possibly see a crash. A lot of things are going to depend on the CPI numbers today. Affirm, once again, here we're still struggling with the 50. Affirm's 15-minute chart. You can see we chopped around yesterday. We did end up taking out the previous high of the day at the end of the day there. Should say midday. AMC, you can see the big push on AMC yesterday. That was a great call out by James Mouse in the Discord. Awesome call out. AMD, you can see just no strength here. Even on a bad day, it still underperformed a lot of other assets. Amazon, not surprised with its pullback because we are watching this possible double top here. This has to break the neckline, which would be this right here, to confirm the double top. Even if it doesn't confirm, spotting the two tops like that, we just gives us a good idea that it will be pulling back, at least in the short term. Apple, this is the Apple weekly chart. We will be popping these off after today. So this candle is still very, very flat here. We are holding the 9, just a small doji there. No real movement this week. Maybe we can change that today, one way or the other. Don't really care which way, if we can just get some movement to get in here and make some money and trade with, even though it's been a decent week. Boeing, that was a huge move yesterday. We have tested this 140.49 level, and we have tested it and constantly seen rejection. When it was able to push up above that yesterday on volume, it had a very nice move. Bitcoin still in that 19,000 range. You can see Boeing here. What an incredible move. Huge. BNY did an options report on that last night. Look in the Discord, unusual options activity reports, and check that out. BTU, we are seeing trying to put in around the top here at the 9, seeing the 9 is resistance. The way even though that's a cold name, the way crude's looking right now, it's looking like we may see some serious pulling back. Chewy still holding this support level, still looks really good, honestly. We're expecting a cup, or for the cup to put in a handle there, to take a break. You can see it pulled back a little bit yesterday. Not really concerned about that. It's made a nice move. Needs to cool off before the next move up. Lilly, I am seeing going through sectors. I'm seeing some issues with the healthcare sector. The chart's starting to look very weak. XLE, this is the energy sector. 200 here is still support. Look at this MACD. Look at the histogram bars right there. You can see the big bars calming down, but that little histogram looks like it possibly wants to grow. This could be getting ready for a possible pinch down. That 200, if we lose that 200, we will see some more downside. Exxon Mobil, we do have a gap here to fill. We have filled some of it here this morning in pre-market. GME, so we bounced off the support level heading up, so we're basically right into this resistance level now. Had a nice move yesterday, pulled back, but had a nice move. You can see it dipped it first and then just ran back under that support level though. If you take a look, yesterday we ended up pulling back under the support level. You see right there, right here we lost the support. This morning it took it out and lost it again. 50 is support now. Maybe that 50 can push us up today. We'll see. Qs, that 50 is still resistance. We ended up losing the 9 yesterday. 20 is now support. QQQ, so you can see where we snatched back yesterday. We have pushed right up into this resistance level. So far, rejection. We have to take that level out to push up. Qs weekly, we are pulling back. So there's that 9 on the weekly. We're pulling back from it. Those 9s, if you remember, they were big levels we were concerned about. TLT pushed up yesterday, holding this 50 now. 9's coming up underneath the price. Red candle closed red, but we did push up a little bit to get above that 50, so that's a good sign. IWM pulling back at the 200 there on the weekly. IWM, we've been worried about these two, or this bear flag here after getting several bear flags. If we lose this support level, just down there's bottom the bottom trend line, we will see more downside, obviously. IWM 15-minute chart. You can see we gapped down yesterday morning. We pushed up, filled that, continued to push up, and we ended up pulling back. So it had a better run than some of the others. You can see the strength in it, and then pulled back. IWM was stronger due to banks being strong, was a big help there. MRL, just crazy. We gapped down, so there's gaps there, and now this morning we've gapped up. Just some ugly price action there. Meta still trading under that wedge on the weekly. You can still see it chopping around here. This wedge is steady. We're heading towards an apex eventually, just chopping slowly in that wedge. And you can see right here the other day where we caught those bear flags coming down in pre-market, and then after, or market hours, was one big bear flag. See it chopping around yesterday. It pushed in pre-market, tried to push up, ended up pulling back right to the 50 on the 15. So as we were pulling back, the 50 on the 15 acted as support, and it started to push up. Microsoft, big down candle here yesterday. Laying off 1% of their employees, possibly laying off 1% of their employees. We didn't know it at the time. We just literally caught that play off the price action, but that was a good call out in the Discord yesterday. You can see that opening 15-minute candle just ripped and then continue to rip, put in a bottom, no serious push up, and then rip down some more. Any members caught that play, congratulations. Microsoft on the weekly has lost the 9. So we did retake that 9, which was a really good sign. We pulled way back below it yesterday. MRO below the 200 here. You can watch this for downside. Oxy, you can see right here how it just stepped down yesterday. We mentioned this one yesterday in the video with some numbers. Watch yesterday's video on numbers for that. These numbers we call out, you can play to those levels. Write them down, put them on your charts. That way you can use those. Build strategies just around those levels, retouches, bounces, rejections, opportunities. You see Oxy still trying to hold this support on the daily. Energy names, we're probably going to start pulling some of those off. Palantir, we pushed up. We could not put in a higher high, which basically gives us a double top. To confirm a double top, we have to take out this neckline here where this little hammer candle is to the downside. That would be confirming it. It's not really textbook. It's more of a resistance level we're getting rejection at. Palantir, we snatched back, tried to recover, snatched back again, trading, pretty flat, tried to push up, pulled back, still basically pretty flat in pre-market. QCOM, we'll be taking this one off too. Just wanted to throw a reminder out there that they do have Apple's business for their chips for their new phone, and the rumor is they now have Samsung's business for their new chips. CRM, we pulled back to this little wedge here. We're trading in a small ascending triangle. You can see coiling nicely here. This time when we tried to push up, it didn't even have the strength to come up to the top of the ascending triangle, symmetrical triangle, crashed through our major moving averages. This is, if we lose this support level here, this could continue to fall considerably. All depends on the CPI data today of what a lot of stuff's going to do. You can see we come crashing right down, found support right here at this previous support level and pushed on that. SoFi chopped around yesterday, and pre-market's pretty much just chopping around. You can see we opened up, took resistance out, got snatched back, opened up, was able to take it out, got snatched back, took it, went at it again, got snatched back. You can see SoFi still trading in this tight wedge, just getting tighter and tighter here. So if we take this wedge out, your 50 would be your next area. Just not looking very good. Not getting much movement in there. We'll probably be pulling that one off here soon as well. We were looking at last week's candle. Since we did not take out the previous candle, it just looks like we're into a downtrend. So just not surprised by anything that's happened this week. Being OPEC week as well, just not surprised. I know a lot of people who were hearing, it seems like every time we start to push, somebody's screaming bottom. And it's just a little ridiculous. The SPY yesterday lost to 920 as support. I don't like it when we're wedged in between moving averages like that. This is the SPY 15. You can see we pushed up, filled this gap, and ended up pulling back. Couldn't even retake the opening candles the rest of the day. At the end of the day, we snatched back. That's everybody pulling profits, taking money out of the market, getting ready for these numbers today. Tesla weekly, still trying to hold that 9 right there on the weekly chart. 699, 700 area. You can see here, this is Tesla's daily. We did take the 50 out, got snatched back, and yesterday, we tested that 700 area very, very heavy. We tried pulling below it, ended up getting pulling back up. Just the level to watch yesterday. You can see the 15-minute chart here, how it pushed up in pre-market, snatched back, tried to recover, ended up getting snatched back again at the end of the day, and it has retaken the 700 area. Pushed a little bit this morning, nothing to brag about. The market's just kind of waiting till 8:30 right now. You can see Upstart still holding this gap down here. Upstart 15, nothing really to look at there. Wells Fargo, the banks had a decent day yesterday for a while. They ended up getting pulled back, and you can see the reason. There's your 9 right there on your daily. That's why we have to check levels. Constantly check these time frames. It only takes a minute. Constantly check your time frames. You can see right there, Wells Fargo, huge open. There's a lot of money to be made there. That was a nice push. We ended up pulling back, but a nice push at open. So we were on banks at open. Airlines yesterday was stuff we were watching at open. Boeing, Microsoft for pulling back. Apple, they were all targets yesterday. Today, as usual, as always, see what gets the flow and what gets the volume. Zim actually had a decent day yesterday. Pushed up, pulled back, just chopping around really, but it didn't snatch back like a lot of other stocks. So it basically doesn't look like Microsoft chart. But this 9 is resistance. We're putting in a base here. This 9 is applying pressure. There's a good chance that, we got a high, a low, a lower high. It's a good chance we may be seeing a lower low come in very soon. Well, that concludes this morning's video. 8:30 is the big deal. I'll see where they take it. Remember, the first move is normally false. The first move's scalpable, and then we usually get the real move afterwards. Now today that happens at 8:30, so before market open, I may be trying to scalp some shares on some stuff, but we can't play options during at 8:30 before market open. I hope to see everybody in the trading room. Have a great day. Stay green and protect your capital.